While it's true that it's vital to get a solid handle on the needs in healing any relationship with your children, partner, your body, or life purpose, have you ever noticed that perhaps there's something more elusive, a subtle, invisible rhythm and movement that creates that true feeling of deep, genuine connection? Humans are emotionally and biologically hardwired for rhythm and connection. There are important shared moments in your emotional life that keep you in rhythm. Special daily rhythms in beginning your day together, drawing you closer, taking the time to play and hang out and just laugh with good friends. Surprises that you can't wait to share. An authentic embrace and the kindness that's truly needed in moments of challenge, friendship that reaches out to connect and to say how much you care, and cherish life events where we support you, celebrate you, and celebrate each other in intimate transition to important commitments. These rhythmic threads that connect you emotionally in the small moments and the larger arcs of life are the dance and range that cycle your relationships to highs and lows, together, apart, and together again. And that rhythmic movement, that flexible thread of emotional continuity, is essential to both your survival and your social growth. But when you suffer disconnection in your early life, too many missed moments of empathic connection can cause attachment grief, where your range of rhythms, emotional and biological, becomes compressed and narrow, setting in motion a pattern of hidden chronic arousal, chronic fight, flight, freeze. Without the full range of emotional and biological signals that are needed to self-regulate and co-regulate, you end up emotionally abandoning some of the things you treasure the most, not consciously intending to do so. Emotions are a full-body, full-brain signaling system that engage movement on multiple levels. Cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, gastrointestinal, respiratory, endo and exocrine, autonomic nervous system, the limbic system, and even the prefrontal cortex. It is emotional range that amplifies the elastic movement needed to face challenge and risk, to feel support, enjoyment, and love. Emotions alert you so that what emerges is the expansion of those things that mean the most to you, like the health of your body, the creativity of your life purpose, and connection to your loved ones. In cycle 3 of expansive listening, emotional contact is a responsiveness to yourself, to others, and to a range of emotion and movement. With emotion, think of that word, emotion. There's always a movement. It's a small internal movement deep in the physiology of your core or brain, and it's a larger movement of your entire body in action and behavior. Often, it's the shift in the small moments that restores your own inner regulation, like, should I really take one more bite? And your relational regulation, because moment-by-moment contact forms that smooth, continuous rhythm. And it's emotional contact and rhythm that can heal attachment grief and really get you moving again, to strengthen the range of broader inner signals that help you to respond to what's most important to you in this life. Signals from your body to take better care, signals from your partner or child, and signals for inspired creativity. Here, the paradox of small moments of emotional contact helps you to follow the contour, to articulate bodily sensations, feelings, and acute attention to the small things, to emotional textures that step by step link your movements with continuity. It's kind of like the difference between a light switch and a dimmer, where range gives you access to the ability to precisely match the tone to the mood and need. But when you haven't had the space in life or the training to tune into the small moments, the word emotional can become confused with the highs and lows of chronic arousal, where unabated reactive states can overwhelm your body and take you on an unexpected ride. So let's go on a little education ride on the distinction between arousal and emotion by using the example of a roller coaster. Let's say my friend Bill and I decide to go on a roller coaster ride together, a real arousal rouser. Our bodily signals are very similar, both increasing with the autonomic nervous system responding on full drive. Both of our heart rates are increasing, our adrenaline pumping, and our breathing deepening. But our emotional responses are quite different. My emotional state is one of excitement and joy through the whole experience, while Bill's is fixed in fear and anxious anticipation of the next curve. When arousal is stuck either too high and too hot or too low and too cool, it can arrest your ability to have access to the light switch dimmer. Instead, sudden on-off bodily releases disrupt continuity and rhythm, restricting access to range and openness, where the ability to express emotional textures and the contours of inner terrain support a shift in relationship with yourself and with others. This important distinction may allow you to recognize the need to heal and untangle the chronic arousal that often accompanies the experience of emotional turbulence in relationships, which are experienced as highs and lows and stay or leave, not as smooth contours and textures. And that can heal the body memory of attachment grief and emotional abandonment, freeing your emotional states to be more flexible, vulnerable, strong, and liberated. A perfect place where your arousal systems and emotion meet up to flex and stretch your edges and increase your inner range is in play. There is a profound contact in play where sympathetic system alertness and challenge meets parasympathetic safety and relational connection. In other words, play helps your nervous system to learn its edges and how to regulate them, hot and high, and cool and low, all while maintaining natural, positive social bonding through safe face-to-face and voice contact. Granular shaping of arousal edges of the playful, sudden releases between us of stop, go, and high, low become rounded and curved into a smooth, continuous relational wave. There's no replacement for meeting up with another non-verbally in a way words can never touch. Play connects with the body memory to heal and to stretch the elastic edges of your arousal systems while flexing your emotional states like a series of waves that regulate moment by moment in me and between us together. I've included a YouTube link in the description below for you, defining play in the polyvagal theory with Dr. Stephen Porges and Jackie Flynn. Check it out. It's a well-rounded informational video on the polyvagal theory. When arousal is integrated with emotion, rather than being polarized in self-protection, you have access to a broader emotional console that grows your relationships. Emotional contact is helpful in working with the ventral vagus nerve and the state of chronic flight, particularly in regard to important relational interactions. Here, we turn to the research of polyvagal theory by Dr. Stephen Porges, whose findings revealed that the upper branches of the parasympathetic ventral vagus nerve are covered in a myelin sheath, unlike the lower roots of the dorsal vagus nerve, which are unmyelinated. Myelin sheaths surround nerves, much like insulation surrounding electrical wires and a light switch, and serve to greatly increase a signaling speed transmitted between neurons, fast on, fast off. Not so for the unmyelinated dorsal vagus of the abdomen, which is slow on, slow off. And what makes that understanding so helpful to know? The ventral vagus nerve innervates the upper body areas of social communication, like the heart, lungs, and ear, where we listen, speak, and communicate to support fast signaling that creates the possibility of quick change in the dance of relationship. Is it safe for me to stay? Or do I need to go? Do I like what I'm hearing? Or is it time to get out of here, to mobilize and run for the hills? It's the parasympathetic ventral vagus that signals between the heart and brain, acting as a brake on sympathetic mobilization so that I can stay when I want to, or release the brake and mobilize when it's best for me to go. So whether I stay and extend myself out to you, or it's time to turn away and go, is in part determined by the conditioning and body memory of the ventral vagus nerve pathways. You can think of the ventral vagus nerve like the branches of a tree, connecting through various aspects of the upper body above the diaphragm, including the heart, lungs, thyroid, pharynx, larynx, tongue, and ear. Challenges in parasympathetic sympathetic stay-go regulation here can include social responses that either become sharp and confrontive or dampened and detached, polarized as either sympathetic, parasympathetic, or both. You may not have the motivation to be socially connected even though you want to, or you may adore being in social settings but feel that it's too intense and exhausting. But when you are regulated here, the ventral vagus functions like the branches of a tree, fluidly extending out, connecting one to another in meaningful relationships, securely attached to enjoy the experiences of being social and outgoing with friends, family, and coworkers, comfortable in your bonds, and more regulated in communication. Remember this: bring the rhythm into relationships. In stretching your emotional edges, you can discover wholeness, goodness, and relational range. You become a more pliable person, moving upward in relationship, cycling between smoother inner movements and connected outer movements. You have a willingness, an openness, a reflection, and a firmness in the relational dance. And a nod to 8 Elements West friends. You've seen this rhythm and wave before, for a reason. What emerges in this contact is a rhythm in the interface, a wave that emerges between the two, coming in and out of different shapes and relational forms, fluid, smooth, a continuous flow of relationship with your body and health, your loved ones, and your creative purpose in life. Dr. Mark, I know you are a physician who believes that symptoms are messages for changing one's relationship to your body, to your life, and that emotional connection brings that out. You were saying that the symptom is a door.
In regular medicine, the symptom is everything. We got to fix the symptom, we got to make it better. But actually, I like the symptom as opening the door to a whole nother, bigger part of the person that needs exploration, love, cared about, being valued. The symptom is just the symptom. A shoe is just a shoe until someone steps into it. A symptom is just a symptom until someone's story steps into it and is witnessed and cared about and known.
The symptom is just a symptom until someone's story steps into it and
That's
they become
it.
known. Yeah.
That's it.
It's true. It's absolutely true. And here's part of how you get to the story. You allow people to text you. You are the only physician I know who I can text. Not only that, but I will receive a heart emoji back. And you check in on me. If something's up, it's Saturday afternoon and you're texting me.
Emojis work.
Right.
They express feelings quicker than words and better than words and bigger than words, and right, love, connection, oneness, peace, I care. It works. It's a real thing. It's a kooky thing, and you could say it's superficial, but if it's done with a true depth of caring, it's not superficial at all. It's real and people feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
One of the things you ask them to text in 2 days and keep me informed on how you feel better.
I like to throw in that, tell me how much better you feel to make it positive. They are allowed to tell me that they don't feel better, but I think that when they receive that initial text, they know they're going to get better because that's what our plan is. The plan is them getting better. I like that. I think those little positive suggestions and ways that they can quickly and easily do that.
I know when you text, it seems like a small thing, but it's a big thing. You're making yourself emotionally vulnerable and you're letting them know, I'm with you. Are you with me? That's our question, right? I'm with you.
It's the fundamental shift when you feel like someone's with you, then when you're not alone, when someone cares about you and they're with you. It matters. Right? In this crazy world, an emoji or a quick text, that's a sign.
It's emotional contact.
Somebody's there. It's emotional contact. It's a touch, but it's actually a big touch. We all just want to be thought of, cared about.
Please join us next session for Cycle 4, Collaborative Contact.